He sat there with his hand on his chest, breathing as if each inhale was a doorway and each exhale was a release. The room felt warmer now, not in temperature but in presence. His presence. The presence he'd been missing from his own life for years. For a long moment he didn't speak, and I didn't rush him. Because silence, when someone is finally reconnecting with themselves, is not emptiness, it's integration. After another slow breath, he spoke softly. It's strange. I feel like my body is waking up, but it also feels emotional, almost like there's sadness behind the breath. I nodded. That sadness isn't new. It's been there for years. You're just finally calm enough to notice it. He swallowed, and his eyes drifted toward the window as if searching for answers in the light. Is that normal? He asked. Completely, I said. When your body stops bracing, the things you've pushed down finally float to the surface. Not to overwhelm you, but to be released. He exhaled slowly, and there was a tremor in the breath, tiny but real, a sign of thawing, of emotional defrosting, of truth rising. He said quietly, I think I've spent so many years running from my emotions that I forgot what they feel like. You didn't forget, I said gently. Your body protected you, but it also kept you numb. He nodded, his jaw tightening for a second, an old habit of holding things in. I added, breathing doesn't make you emotional, it makes it safe to feel again. That landed inside him like a truth he'd needed for a long time. He leaned back, running a hand across his face. I was always taught that emotions made you weak. My father used to say, never let anything shake you. So I built this wall. This version of me. He paused, breathing through the memory. And now the wall feels like a prison. There's a reason for that, I said. Walls protect you when you're young, but they imprison you when you grow. He closed his eyes, and this time he didn't look tense. He looked like someone finally meeting his younger self. After a few breaths, he whispered, I want to let the wall down, but I don't know how. You don't tear it down, I said. You breathe holes into it, one breath at a time. He opened his eyes, a spark of something new inside them, courage. What if the emotions are too much, he asked. They won't be, I said softly, because you're learning to breathe through them, not drown in them. He nodded slowly, as if absorbing a truth that rewired something inside him. Then he did something surprising. He placed both hands on his chest. Is this okay? He asked, almost embarrassed. More than okay, I said. That's connection. That's grounding. That's you returning to your own body. His breath deepened again. His shoulders softened. His eyes watered, not from pain but from recognition. He whispered, I never realized how disconnected I was. I didn't even know there was a connection to lose. That's what survival mode does, I explained. It disconnects you so you can carry weight that would be impossible to feel fully. He stared at the floor, but there was no shame in his expression. Only truth. I've been living in survival mode for so long, he whispered. You're not alone, I said. Millions of people live there, and they don't even know it. They just think life is supposed to feel like tension. He nodded again, this time with a painful understanding. And now? He asked. Now, I said gently, you're learning to live in regulation, not survival. He breathed again, steadier now. More grounded, more present. His voice softened. Breathing makes me feel like I'm allowed to exist. That's because you are, I said softly. You always were, you just couldn't feel it. He looked up at me, eyes clearer than before. It's amazing, he said. I've been looking for peace everywhere. Work, relationships, distractions. And it was here the whole time, in my breath. I smiled. That's the secret of the body. It hides peace in the simplest place, so that when you're ready, it's easy to find. He inhaled again, shoulders rising gently, then falling with a slow exhale. This feels like the first real calm I've ever experienced, he said. And I believed him. Because the calm he felt wasn't temporary. It wasn't external. It wasn't borrowed from adrenaline or escape. It was internal, earned, authentic, a calm built from presence, not avoidance. He placed a hand over his heart again, unprompted, instinctively, and whispered, I think I'm ready to live differently. And that sentence, that single, quiet sentence, is where transformation truly begins. Not in intensity, not in breakthroughs, not in dramatic moments, but in a simple truth spoken softly. I'm ready.